Have you ever been asked to invest in a real estate syndication? I know I have. I'm sure you too. If you've ever opted in on any email list or any advertisement, you've probably been bombarded with offers for real estate syndications. And let me tell you, real estate syndications are a great way to build passive income and build your net worth and grow your wealth. However, they can be very tricky and very difficult to ascertain whether it's a good deal, whether it's a good sponsor. And that is just unfortunately the nature of the beast. Like today, I met some syndicators. They're trying to acquire some property and they are looking for investors. And this is the danger. This is the problem. These people have very little experience. They may have acquired one or two properties in the past. They haven't gone full cycle. They haven't exited that deal. And they're already on the hunt for more properties, more investors. And, they might be great. I think they're very well-meaning. I think they're good people. However, they don't have the track record or the experience. And it's very difficult to ask, not just myself, but for me to ask yet another person to invest with them. My goal with the Doctor Investor is to really help facilitate this process and to bring vetted deals to the table to other physicians who might be interested. And it is a challenging proposition even for me, who is actively trying to do that, because there is no standardized process. There is no agency or authority that can tell you that yes, this person is qualified to execute this project. It's so different than the medical world, because as doctors, we are used to having to go through a lot of education, examinations, and credentialing. When you go to the doctor, yes, you don't get to have a trial period with your doctor. You don't get a trial surgery. You kind of just have to get it done. But you know that your doctor has been credentialed by that hospital, by that surgery center. And you know that someone is checking on your behalf. Now, we still don't know if they have good skills, but at least there's an entity like the hospital who is checking something on your behalf. And we do these things because we want to ensure that the providers we have are qualified. And this simply doesn't exist in a lot of other industries. And I think about it now because I've been working with securities attorneys and other professionals to help create a system, because there doesn't appear to be one. Most of these real estate operators are referred through word of mouth, through personal connections to other people. And these people have a community and they are vetting each other through that community and through those relationships. And I understand that that is probably an even better way to vet someone, is that personal experience and that personal referral through other people you know. However, when you're coming from the outside as a physician or another professional and you want to invest in real estate syndications, how do you vet that person? How do you vet that operator? How do you vet that deal? Well, it turns out it's very complicated and cumbersome and expensive to do so. And how it's done right now is somewhat a trial and error process. It's like you learn a little bit about the deal, about the sponsor. You might attend a webinar, get some emails, etc. And then you decide if you want to wire somebody 50 grand. And that's a pretty big ask, but that's essentially how it happens. And miraculously, capital is raised this way. However, I'm just wondering, is there a better way? Can't we do this better? I think it's, unnecessary to put an investor in that kind of position. We should have a better system, because I want to make sure that if I'm going to raise capital for a company, or if I'm going to even recommend a sponsor, I want to be sure that I've done my due diligence. I want to make sure that we're doing the same thing with every sponsor. It shouldn't be just because I know somebody or somebody knows somebody. It should be the same process for everyone. Private investments are wonderful, exciting, and very lucrative at times. Yet we are just kind of having to test these people out. We need to verify at least that this person has the credentials that they say they do. They have the references, they have the history, they don't have any legal issues, and we need to put each deal through an independent financial analysis. And I think that is something else that's really hard to do. It's really hard to find the right people. And even those professionals, not all of them understand real estate. So finding the right people to even do the financial analysis and, say, yeah, this makes sense, it seems viable, is very difficult. And that's why I'm so committed to creating the resources that we are with the Dr. Investor and now the Dr. Investor Club, is because it's just not in existence. I like private placements. I think it's wonderful. I mean, people think the stock market's safe, but it's very, far removed from the investor. And the nice thing about private placements is that you get to know the general partnership team. You get to go actually look at the asset. If it's a technology or a business, you get to experience that asset. It's really a lot of fun, and it's really cool to take part in something that's so tangible. And you can watch it change and develop and improve and then see the full cycle. It's really very exciting. So I want people to be able to take part in that and take advantage of that, but it shouldn't be at such a great risk. We should have qualified sponsors and qualified deals to participate in. Finding that right combination of a great deal and a great sponsor is challenging. It takes time, it takes a lot of due diligence, it takes a lot of interviews and a lot of research. And I'd advise strongly that if you are considering investing in a syndication, please do your homework and please try to invest with someone who has experience. If you want to become an active investor and want to go acquire and operate your own properties and become a syndicator, I would say please be very thorough in your structure of the organization, of the company, of your fund. Make sure you have independent fund administration if possible, and or some sort of third party to verify your analysis, because at the end of the day, it still can risk your reputation and your credibility. And I don't want that to happen to anybody, really, because no matter what field you're in, it is so, all you have is your reputation and your credibility at the end of the day. And you don't want to lose that. No amount of money is worth it. If you're not going to be able to pay for that kind of diligence yourself, then you need to partner with a larger operator who does have the infrastructure or the money to be able to hire those experts. It's just not worth it. Especially for doctors. I know some of the people out there are doing really great things, but I see some others that are really just kind of doing it without a lot of structure in place. And it really worries me because I don't want them to lose their credibility with their peers. That has been my greatest concern when I had started raising capital. I think we were very fortunate with the Dr. Investor to encounter a good sponsor with good processes in place and a good project. However, I'm not eager to take on new projects or new partners. I still am very, very careful with that because, again, it's not just my money, it's my investors' money. It's my reputation and my credibility with my peers. That is something I'm simply not willing to lose. And I also want to create a company on proper foundation with good systems in place, good processes in place. And at the beginning, I was ready to partner with anyone, there are other doctors or other syndicators. There's probably something, someone I can partner with. I was not planning to create my own company. And I'm kind of glad that I ended up doing that because now I get to decide what the company is about. I get to decide the values, the mission, the vision, and I get to choose among many who the Dr. Investor will partner with and how and what agreements we'll have in place, what checks and verification processes we'll have in place. I was very fortunate to be rejected by all these other companies, or I don't think I was really rejected, but I assumed I would just, you know, partner with someone who was already doing something and no one offered. So I guess they probably also felt like, you know, who's Shamim? Like, why should we partner with her? You know, so I think everyone has to prove themselves to some degree. But it's turned out really great, because I think each of these other doctors and other people that I've met along the way, they all do have slightly different mission and vision for what they want to achieve. And I think it's amazing. I think it's wonderful, because I think we need all types, right? Because each one has their own tribe. They have their own people. The people who will resonate with my message and my company will be different than those who resonate with theirs. So we need to create our own thing for our own people that are out there, that are looking for it, that are waiting for it. I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, because now we have several options for everyone. So my final message is, if you are a syndicator or you're going to invest with a syndicator, do your homework, take your time, and get to learn about them, get to know the deals, because real estate syndication can be a wonderful investment. It's stable. It's a good, solid investment when done correctly. And that's the key, is get it done correctly with the right people, and you'll be okay. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.